Welcome in once again. Guys, we're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know. Welcome in, guys. Here we have Vengeful once again, continuing the collaboration craziness that we've been doing on the channel for the last week, man. We had to bring Vengeful on. We were on his channel as well, guys. So let me just look it up here real quick. You guys need to make sure that you follow. By the way, we'll make sure to put the link in the description down below. Right there. Is that right? Shadows right there. That's what the zero.
Yeah, zero
right?
WZ.
There
Zero
we
WZ.
go. Let me look at
I
my
hope
guy
it
right
pops
here.
up, and
Look at that. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. You guys got to check it out. Check him out right there. Over 1K subs. Look at that. Look at that, almost 3K right there. Videos popping off left and right. Look at that, almost 4K. You got to be one of them 4K peeps. Make sure you swing by. Link in the description down below. Go show some love, man. This is the personal account, but over there on the Yugioh, we definitely subscribe. You want to make sure you be like me, like your boy, man. You got to subscribe right there, over 1K. Let's get it. So welcome in, brother. It's nice to have you back. You know, let the community know how you've been doing, what you're up to, you know, and things of that nature.
Hey, man, I very much appreciate you having me on again. This has been fun every single time we come on. We have a blast, honestly, before we start rolling, even before the cameras are going. And last time you came onto my channel, it was amazing. It was over an hour of fun. It was like an hour and a half, actually, like before all the editing and everything. So definitely go check that out. And that is Vengeful Shadows with a 0 WZ. Just a little crazy to spell. I get that. It's my 15-year-old gamer tag, okay? You guys gotta relax a little bit. But
right.
no, we do market watches, we do Banlist predictions. The next video about to come out is going to be the top 10 cards to be picking up in July, because as we know, Infinite Forbidden is around the corner, as well as the North American World Championship qualifiers. So it is going to be all sorts of crazy stuff. And then we got the Banlist coming around. Like, so with everything coming out, you know, the meta is shifting and a lot of cards to be picking up before they spike in price, which is why everyone's here. So
love it. There we go, guys. Meta-relevant content coming soon, so stay tuned for the latest and greatest. Go subscribe to your boy. Check out our video right here. You guys definitely can't miss out, guys. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit about GOAT and Edison cards, guys. It's a market watch. A lot of people in the comment section, Jay, you know, the meta, the latest and greatest, that's what we follow here on the daily, but every once in a while, can you sneak in a GOAT format, you know, Edison format, OG, you know, market watch? And here we are. We thought we'd bring Vengeful on to just a blast from the past, man. Talk about old cards here and see, you know, what they're moving, because no one's paying attention. We need to check out these prices. Some of these things are just getting cleaned out, you know what I mean? So we'll definitely touch base on a couple of these, and especially these speed duel cards, because again, speed duel products most likely will, you know, be gone soon, as you know, as it's been rumored. The Dust Sho maybe one last product. So I personally love speed duels. You know, I love the quality control. These secrets look amazing, especially the older, you know, cards. In the sense of old, I mean like Nobleman, Breaker, Jinzo's, things that you use in GOAT format in 2005. You know, you want to definitely keep your eye out for some of these. So yeah, Vengeful, just overall, just a quick overview. What do you think about speed duel cards in general, especially, you know, these that can be used in GOAT and in Edison in some instances as well?
Well, first off, they're beautiful, as we were talking about. A lot of the speed duel cards, they really did perfect the secret rare printing ones, and like whenever they have the seal of the speed duel, some players don't like that. I'm a huge fan of that. I really do like the watermarks on cards, even the 25th anniversary. I'm not like some players hate it. I love it. I just kind of like to signify where you got the card, and it really stands out the variance of them. When we were looking at a couple of these prices, I mean, they're spiking up. Like you said, it's kind of under the radar. Unless you're in the know with the GOAT format community, you're probably not really keeping up on these cards. And I was honestly super surprised with even how much some of my commons of these cards are worth. So if you have some of these cards, or you're an old player and you just feel like you can't get new cards because you only are stuck with old cards, I think you'd be rather surprised how much your cards might be worth that are sitting in an old binder or in just in a box, even some of the commons.
Right. I love that take that Vengeful just made, because a lot of people, you know, maybe they're not interested in this type of content, GOAT, Edison, old stuff. They're like, Jay, I never played in those times. That's just not my cup of tea. I just only care about Phantom of Yubel and Fiend Smith and Snake Eyes and the hand traps, and it's all good and well. I get it. But at the end of the day, market watches is to make money. So either you have money because you didn't realize about these old cards having value, or maybe some of these are cheap that you can still get exposed to even if you're not into these older formats. Because at the end of the day, money is money. You can make it in old formats, new formats, in Yu-Gi-Oh overall. So that is definitely, you know, the value that we're trying to provide here today with this special type of market watch here, a blast from the past, like I like to call it, guys. So again, don't forget, if you are looking for some, you know, newer cards, link in the description down below, the whatnot code right there. You get $15 off over here. Look, one click gets you in. Get your $15 code over here. If you need any of these modern cards or even older cards, look at that substitute, you know, for that Edison deck, you know, you want to come in, swing by, take advantage of these $15 off credit over here. Don't miss out, guys. We have a Discord. One click gets you in. We're at 450 people. Don't forget, we're giving these cards away to one lucky winner. We're just under 50 people away. Go ahead and join in that wonderful community that we're building up in there. And we also have a guide, just 5 minutes, R09. If you want to know what it is, if you want to learn more, you know, it's a quick 5-minute guide, you know, to start your educational journey right there for free. So don't miss out. And then destroy the like and subscribe button, guys. We continue our journey to that 5.5K, where we'll continue to give away, you know, cards like QCSR, Nightmare Magician, a playmat, TCG player gift cards, you name it, just a bunch of, you know, prizes coming. So 5.5K, make sure you're subscribed. Don't miss out. None of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. So look, Vengeful, here we have a deck profile from Texas. People in Texas, you know, they also play Go. Look at that. It's not just Snake Eye, and it's not just Yugioh and the latest and Fiendsmith, and I need info, you know, Infinite Forbidden and Nats and all this craziness. That's all good and well, like we discussed in your latest market watch. But now we're adapting and adjusting. We're showing how diverse and flexible we are when talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh markets, not just talking about modern, but also going into the past. And as we can see here, I mean, we're going to do GOAT first, just discuss a couple of GOAT cards. Look, Snatch Steel recently got reprinted. We're going to touch base on it today. Look, that's a GOAT card. You know what I mean? So a lot of people like me were excited to get their hands on a card like this. So the whole point is holographics for that card. This one is cheap, but all holographics were expensive, you know, before this reprint. So what do you guys think getting a technical mid-max rarity is going to do for the price of this card 2 months down the line, 4 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, as GOAT players maybe come back or Konami gives it more support or things start to change? People need their one-of. And yes, you have the quarter-century secret max rarity, but some people, they just don't want to pay that extra money. They prefer to go budget but still look clean and nice. So that's just an example. Upstart, always a card used since the dawn of time. A card that you can use in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, in older Yu-Gi-Oh. You can see how it intertwines. Some of these cards is only for GOAT, only for Edison, but others are also using modern. So that's the advantage of you investing into some of these cards that we will be discussing today. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you're into GOAT, you know, we're going to discuss some of these card prices. So let's dig in. We started with Nobleman of Crossout, the secret rare from Speed Duel Battle City. Again, this one, look guys, look, this is the yearly chart. This card used to be single digits. That's when I got my 2 copies for my GOAT deck. $9, $10 after tax. I'm like, give me 2. $20 bill, your boy's happy. Then you see this thing spiking here to 18s, almost 20s. As you can see, there's just one here, but with shipping, it's actually above $20 a pop. Single digi listings, 1 page only. Demand is pushing this towards $45 at the bottom of the page. Look at that. Who you think is coming in to buy this? This is people like your boy, Yugi boomers, wanting to get max rarity versions of these cards. I mean, Vengeful, what is going on with these old cards? I know most people out there, hundreds and thousands of people, they're not paying attention to this. They just want to go to play and pull Snake Eye OT and, you know, have a good time, which is all good and well. But while they're doing that, this part of the market, you know, in the little corner of the Yugiverse is making these moves. What do you think about a card like this?
Well, Nobleman of Crossout was obviously one of the staples in the GOAT format, and unlike some of the cards you mentioned, like the Upstart or even Snatch Steel, this is a card that was pretty much stuck to the older formats because, like, as Yu-Gi-Oh evolved, our monsters just started destroying the set cards. It was all good, you know, you just a Borg or Kaius it. But, like, so Nobleman of Crossout being just stuck in GOAT, it's actually really nice seeing these prices spike up the way they have, and that's because it is just a staple in the deck. And then the other copies, I know it's like super rares and I think like some commons and stuff. So just being a clean secret rare from a Speed Duel, honestly, that's why we're seeing a bunch of people gravitate to it. And I know we do have the Hobby League up there, but I don't think that's actually like allowed in tournaments. Even like the GOAT format tournament we were talking about, a lot of the Hobby Leagues aren't really allowed just because like how they bend and weigh and stuff. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them, I don't know if those were even legal to begin with because it was upper deck stuff, but that's its own thing. So like secret rare Nobleman of Crossout, that was a good call by you because as you said, it has basically doubled and in the future will go up even more. And as for GOAT, I think especially here in North America, we have more of the competitive scene. And yes, we have like GOAT format here. and a lot of players that are just dedicated to the older formats like Edison. But whenever you're talking about, like, I think you were talking about the GGP earlier, and shout out to them, all the players and the gentlemen running the GOAT format tournaments. It is honestly something to be checking out. If you're into those formats, you're probably already checking this out on YouTube or the streamings. Like, they do just a stand-up job. But they're talking about like Sweden or Switzerland. I forget which country they're talking about. But a lot of the GOAT format in other countries is actually exploding in popularity. And a lot of that too is due because, like, whenever you're looking at even recent Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're like, man, when I look at like all these other countries or even like South America, I see such a different pair of decks. Like, I don't actually see like Snake Eye constantly in the metagame. We see people topping with some pretty rogue decks or some tier 2 stuff. And a lot of that's because they're kind of priced out of the market. Like, they might not have access to the type of cards we have or the expense of cards that we have here in North America. And I think we take that for granted. And that's why we see other formats or other decks, even in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, start to rise at the top, because not everyone can just spend the money that we do on our hobby. So, and I think that's actually expressed a little bit more in GOAT format as well. They might not want to dump 1,500 into a Snake Eye build over in Europe and stuff, even without the YCSs they weren't even having until like literally just announced. So it's like better, you know, get some GOAT format cards and go in for the tournaments that you know are going to be there. So.
Right. It's a great alternative. It is. Honestly, it's a great alternative. Some people, they get tired of, you know, current format. They want to play something else. Maybe they'll open themselves up to Edison, maybe GOAT. You know, for the most part, these are very niche communities. You do have people that play both, all three, modern, and the you know, even Tengu Plant. But for the most part, these are very niche communities. But at the end of the day, look, this is in Los Angeles. I mean, these people are going around the country. There's people that, if they're doing this, is because it's tangible, because it makes business sense, because enough people are actually deciding to play, you know, these alternative or older, you know, Time Wizard formats. So again, the potential is there. The potential is there for a card like this. Me, I would be picking even up commons. Look at these Speed Duel commons. Where is it? I mean, look at this. This thing, it says it was a Billy. Came down to 87 cents. You have a one of, but look, you have the Wallet China 89 cents. After that, one ofs all the way to what? Look, if you want a play set, you're gonna have to start paying a premium, guys. So don't take these cheap deals for granted. Me, I already got my R9 of this just recently. Wanted to highlight it to you guys because these commons can be worth 2 to 3s, and you're buying at shekels, from shekels to billies. So there's even investment opportunity. Look, I just bought these 5. Look, these 5 today before the market watch. When I pulled this card up, I'm like, you know what, man? Let's pick a little bit more of these. Why? Because it's too easy. It's too cheap. It's shekels. People need Nobleman of Crossout. They need it at 2s. Most decks, as you can see the list here, they play this. Look, 2s here. You either main it or you side it. Most people maining it because it's just too good, guys. I play GOAT. It's just too good. You want to make sure that you get exposure, definitely, to a card like this. Then we have some Serra the Dark. We talked about this one with Sage when we went on his channel. We were talking about the Lost Art promotion. So I'm not gonna talk too much about this one, but still, this one I was buying at 3s down here, 3 to 4s. I got me a couple of these sealed. They look gorgeous. Got one for my deck as well. And look at this parabolic advance move to 989. It says it retraced back down to 675s. That's true. When we were talking about it with Sage, it was around there. But look, as of late, it's bumped back up, guys. So the Wallet China at 959. And look, that's 2 pages only, 13 listings. This card will be double digits in no time. It's a Lost Art card, extremely hard to get. It's a max rarity version. The card just looks beautiful. What, you have any words to say about this one, Vengeful?
Oh, that was definitely a card that I was picking up a couple copies. Even when I'll be honest, when it was like $3-4, I was like, man, okay, so this even has some people holding on to it still. So I bought like a play set, and then like overnight it was like $10. I was not actually expecting that type of hype that little time for like this card, but honestly, it's kind of to be expected, especially whenever you're dealing with the GOAT format stuff. And I mean, this is just kind of a fan favorite card. I was a big fan of like Last Warrior from Another Planet. You get still people that try that combo to this day, and then you got them trying it in GOAT, and then on top of that, you just got Skill Drain beat, and that's why this card went up. You got the 2100 attack monster. If you got Skill Drain on the board, it's just going to remain 2100, and even if you don't, it drops down to 19 and then 17. So that's like 3 turns in GOAT format of just straight beating down the opponent with no repercussions. And as we know, just that much attack in GOAT format, they're going to basically have to out it with some sort of back row. So, and then also, I don't even think it has like a rare printing, does it? Isn't this like
Let's
literally
see.
just
Yeah,
straight up the
let's check it
only
out.
holo print? I thought it was
Look
like
at
commons.
Look at it. Look at
Commons
that. No
galore or
rares. Look at
something.
it. Max rarity
Yeah,
is already
so-
an ultra. Lost start by the way. It's crazy.
Yeah, and has his name, like, because he's a superhero, so it has his title on the card. Like, this isn't just one of those lost arts. It was like, oh, it's a little different, or oh, we kind of, showed whatever, like a little skin over there. But it's literally like, no, this is Serra the Dark with his title, and he's a superhero. And again, like for the players that played back then, like this was one of the coolest cards you could have because the artwork was just sick for all the cards back then. And now it's like I said, if you saw the Japanese version and then you saw this version, you're always like, man, I wish I had their version. Well, now we do. And again, it's not a surprise that it has gone up in price. And I think it will actually retain some value going into the future unless they do the Monster Reborn or Dark Magician Girl treatment to it.
Just look how I mean, this card just
so nice.
Man, it's and sealed, by the way. Sage and Spade and then those. Stop it. We keep our cards sealed, okay? Especially if you're collecting it. Okay, look at that, sealed. No dust inside, no nonsense. Nice, brand new, fresh off the pack. But yeah, this card is beautiful, man. I love it. It was easy money. Yeah, like you said with the name there. It's too nice, man. Honestly. I mean, so this is easy. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. We were talking about at 3, 4, 5s. Now it's 10s. I mean, you might end up paying a premium. Look, these cards go up too, man. Look at the Parabolic Advanced Smooth Retracement. These were the deals. Now the chart has an updated, probably spiked back up here as we can see with the price. So, I mean, honestly, if I wouldn't have the card, I would at least come in and get one. It doesn't matter. If I pay 10s, I would get one. I wouldn't want to be that guy paying 14s and beyond for a card that is still at single digits. I would take advantage of the current deal. Then we move on to Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Beautiful secret rare, guys. This secret rare, look, was $8, spike up to 1050s. It says it's retracing back down. Look, we got people paying 15s for this card. Gone. 3 listings only, 1 page only. Mr. Clean is back at it here. This is just a playset at 25s, and then it's 30s, and then gone, guys. Look, this card is just beautiful. It's too good. It's broken, guys. As you can see, if you go down through the list, there's one breaker there. There's another breaker where? Right here. I mean, breakers everywhere. The card is just too good. I mean, there's not, yeah, you do have the older secrets and you have other higher rarities and things of that nature, but this was the more budget, mid-max rarity version. But now, I mean, now this thing went from single digits to double digits to the 20s and even probably the 30s soon. So, I mean, breaker is breaker, man. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, Breaker is broken in GOAT, and that's why we're seeing that. I mean, it was amazing back then. It got banned, if I remember correctly, to get it out of the format altogether. I think I pulled the gold rare, like, literally after it got banned and was so sad. But no, I mean, and, like, new age secret technology with the Breaker, the Magical Warrior, makes it look really, really nice. Honestly, I feel like, yeah, this does have other versions, and that's why we're not seeing it completely out of hand. Yeah, as you're pointing, we got the tournament pack one. We even have we have a bunch of ultra rares as well. Yeah, all sorts of good breaker options. So that's why it's not completely out of hand. But as far as secret goes, I mean, I think it was the magician, it was basically that booklet you had to get, and then it was a secret breaker was inside, or this one. And this one is obviously a much cleaner one.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the Master Collection. Yeah, because I remember MC, so yeah, Master Collection.
Yeah, and
so.
this one went up too. Look, it's $35.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this was super cheap. It was 17s, in the teens.
Yeah.
Doubled up in price, and then it's quickly into the low to mid 40s. Insane. Yeah, I showed this one. I have it around here. I think it was in Sage's market watch as well, I think, or with someone. I don't even know anymore. But the whole point is, I talked about this one not too long ago. And I was showing, that I had one of these. And it's tough because I had one of most of the Master Collection Volume 2 cards. So it's rough, but I'll move it, man. If it makes business sense, your boy, you know what I mean? If I got these at $10? And it's 40s, 35. We take that 3.5x and run with it. You know what I mean? So, but I get it. It's a collectible piece. But yeah, look, even the ultras. Look at this, guys. If we clean this up janitor style, look at these ultra rares. Clean it up. Wait, right there. I don't know why this is popping up, but look, 750s with shipping. If you put first edition, almost double digits. And then, wow, what is going on? Hey, these are targeted buyouts. People are not paying attention to this right now. And you're like, Jay, I could care less. I don't care about gold. It's about the opportunity to make money, man. You would have come with $10, bought 3 of these down here. If you go to the yearly, down here, you buy 3. Slap it in a binder. You don't care about gold, but you care about money. Today you come back, you're up 3x, and you're living to fight another day, and you're a happy camper. You know what you can do? Sell this. $30, reinvest it back into modern. You know what I mean? So easy peasy with Breaker. All versions are going up because people want to, you know, play their beautiful Breaker in GOAT tournaments, and I can't blame them, honestly. Then we have Sakuretsu Armor. This card was a super rare max rarity forever, and now we have a secret rare. Finally, we have the secret rare print going up from what, 593s all the way up to 10s, double digits already. Insane. Look at this V-shape recovery, guys. Look at this demand. Crazy demand for this card. Who's buying this? You would say, I mean, no one cares about GOAT, right? Wrong. Look, there's a lot of demand here. People coming in. Literally, look, today, just buying multiples of these. Look at that. Play sets and everything of LPs for 10s. That was a Billy Bob. But the whole point is that, look at that. That V-shape is communicating demand. The charts are speaking to us. Men lie, women lie. The charts don't lie. This V-shape is strong. It indicates volume, demand coming in. And I won't lie, have this card is beautiful. I mean, I can't blame people that, you know, I mean, this was what, 660s, 5, you know, just here in the sixes. Crazy that this is already up 40-45% from those lows, and it'll keep going up. 2 pages, only 15 listings. This secret rare can go bonkers because people use it at multiples. The card is just too good. So yeah, what do you think about this one?
If I'm correct, I think people do they play 3 of this card? You could still do that back then. It was
I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's a 3 of in like most decks right now. So that's like definitely something. Wait, well, that guy
here you see 2 here in the yeah, you see 2. Yeah, most people play 2, 1.
Okay,
here's 2
okay,
right
so it's
here.
a 2 of. Oh man, things are so different than it used to be. But yeah, so we got Sakuratsu, but it is. I mean, it is one of the renowned cards, secret rare. Like you said beforehand, it was a super, and then a lot of these like GX midterm stuff, like they didn't probably sell the best either, you know. So I don't think like a lot of this product was like super bought out where like players wailed into it. Like a lot of these reprint sets where they're like, oh, you get a quarter century secret rare of a Dark Master Magia writing a magician thing, you know, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend like $5,000, please, you know. And it's like this, you're like, I'm gonna take my 1 box of GX midterm, thank you, OTS, you know, and then you're like, what did I pull? So that's kind of like what we see with a lot of these cards, even like the old legendary collections. Like that's why we see cards that went like Trident Dragion whenever they shoot up. It's because there's like 20 people who even bought that thing to begin with. And that's why they stopped selling that product. So yeah, I mean, it's not like super surprising. And then the other thing I wanted to note as well is that even with some of these, when you're like talking about them, and when we actually get to like the price wars that we seeing, or like you only have a few sellers left before like the wall of China, sometimes it has to be important to note like when some of those wall of Chinas are even TCG direct wall of Chinas, because then you got to slap on that shipping, because a lot of players don't actually like, I think sometimes we'll like overlook the TCG direct just because like some dude has like 80 of them and he's selling them. Like sometimes I'll hop on my like not signed in account, be like, okay, well, is that shipping kicking in for $4? And it will be. So that $5 card you have might be closer to $9 than an actual $5 card if the guy that's walling it is actually a TCG direct seller. So keep that in mind as well.
That's a great point. Yeah, for sure. That's a great point to keep that in mind. And look, I mean, we have a bunch of comments, so I mean, getting this card is not hard at all, but most of these comments are just old. So me, I mean, if I would be getting a comment, I would just getting the same Speed Duel comment that came out with the secret rare. Look at this, man. This thing was 29 cents. I bought like 10 of these at 10 cents for $1 that some random seller had a couple of weeks ago or over a month ago. And that's crazy. This is 50 cents here. And yeah, you see some walls here and there. We get it. The 2 quarters, this will be a Billy down the line. It will be a Billy comment down the line because this comment is harder to get than most of the other ones coming inside Speed Duel GX. Look at that, 23 listings only. So if your budget, if you want, that's what I like about GOAT. That throughout the years, there's been a lot of different reprints, commons, cards that, you know, shekels. You know, a playset of this, $1 billion some change, you got your playset. You know what I mean? So that's what I love for cards like these. So make sure you get that exposure for some of these cards to keep in mind. Then we have Gravekeeper Spy. Now this is a staple. This is a staple in GOAT, as you can see. Shout out to Gravekeepers, you know, the Gravekeeper community. As we can clearly see at threes. There's not many play sets in GOAT. Look, you have 1, you have 2, and yeah, that's about it, guys. So again, you do have in the side, but you guys get what I mean. There's not many play sets utilized in GOAT format, guys. So this is one that I'm so surprised, as I was discussing with Vengeful, that this secret rare beautiful card is still single digits. Nah, there's no way, man. There's no way. This is easy future money. If we check all of these, look, this is the max rarity version, technical max rarity. We got it, Champion Pack 3, we understand, but technical max rarity is the secret rare from Legendary Collection 4, Joey's World. Look, I would even the Ultra. I mean, Ultra looks clean. Ultra is higher than the Super, rarity-wise, technically. So, I mean, these cards, even the DTs, I own like 2 of these. I mean, you pick your choosing, man. Watch this rare be like $1 one day, for real. I mean, gold players come in, go crazy. Watch this rare that you see a bunch of one-ofs here. You see at quarters today, be $1 in the future. Because the card is beautiful. The card, the artwork, I love it. And, you know, it's an iconic card. And not as many prints as you would think. You know what I mean? If you see here, this is what, maybe 11 prints, you know? So, yeah, most of these are commons. But the holographics, you want to make sure you get exposure right here. This card is too beautiful. I don't understand how in the world this secret rare is $8, $9, single digits, play sets here. So cheap, 14 listings only, but eventually at the bottom of the page, it becomes a 16 Billy card, 2 pages only. So keep this one in mind. This is easy money down the line. Your boy came in, got his place at 4 to 5s. You know, still single digits is still good for the long term. What do you think about this iconic, beautiful play set of a card using GOAT? What do you think about it?
Oh, it was definitely one of the best, if not like potentially like top 5 best cards in all of GOAT format. Like you said, it's literally like played at 3 all across the board. That's kind of what you're hoping you're hitting with the Nobleman of Crossout. Hopefully after you've gotten your effect off of your spy, but like you're hoping you're hitting that or Magician of Fate. That's pretty much what your like ideal targets are. So I don't know, Gravekeeper Spy is a lifestyle, that's for sure. I mean, this thing was in the, I mean, just to tell you how good this card is, and this is why this card is seeing, I mean, I'm honestly surprised with you why the secret's not a little bit higher, because not only is it played in GOAT at 3, a lot of decks play this at Edison in 3, don't they?
Ooh.
Like, this is still a very, very great Edison card, because 2000 defense summons out another one, sometimes you summon out another guard, and then you actually synchro with them, especially if you have some things like the Rescue Cat and some of those older builds, and then you could go into things like the Arcanite Magician, and then you have like sometimes, you know, put the Light and Dark in the graveyard, then you got your Chaos online. So the Gravekeeper Spy was just one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh for just such a long time. And yeah, you're pulling up guard. The Hollow one has gone up like since I picked it up even, but it's still not even up there. But yeah, no, honestly, the Gravekeeper Spy just gonna stay in hype as long as GOAT format is around, and even as long as it seems like Edison is around for. So I definitely think Spy is a good target to be picking up, especially for the higher versions of them. Like the Hollow ones will continue to climb. That Secret will definitely climb. The Ultra will definitely go up as well. I mean, even those old DTs, I've seen them in person, and those are actually really nice. The Kaiko rares, that's actually really interesting. That's definitely probably the most like easily available one, would be like the most recent rare. But even then, as we saw with things like Drone Lockbird, whenever those rares slowly dwindle down, you're starting to pay like $2 a piece because you got the shipping on it. So that's when you'll start realizing like, oh, wait a second, I should have bought a play set for 25 cents at once, like that one seller looked like he was doing. But so, nope, that's about how I think of Spy. It's not going anywhere. Sure. And then I don't think they're going to give it too many more reprints from here on out. I think we might see like one in a couple of years or something as we do it, but I think they're going to kind of keep it to a minimum as of now.
Yeah, because they already gave the, I mean, this budget reprint, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, again, even as a rare, I would just at least get access, get your play set. You never know when you want to play GOAT if you're not already playing. But look, this is the sign. Even the Ultras, you're like, okay, 377 shipping. Look at this parabolic advanced move, guys. Look, you have a couple here, but that's it. One page only. These are one-ofs. If you want a play set of Ultra rares, you can't get it from one seller. You have to buy from independent sellers, single digits only. I'm sorry, single digit listings here only. As you can see, insane. First ad, $10. $10 more than the secret. What is going on here? What is going on, man? Quickly 15. Shout out to Team Sakurasa right there, man. That's crazy, man. Insane to me. You can see the parabolic advanced move, man. That this is not normal demand. Look, I feel like drawing a little bit here. Let me just take out my drawing tool right here. Right here, look at it. Let's draw. Let's squiggle right here. Look at that. When you see that curvature start going up like this, man, that is extreme demand, guys. Stair step in the way. Look at that. The trend is your friend until the end. This card, I don't know what else to say, man. This is just free money. That's all I see. Every time I see this card, especially with this beautiful secret, this is free money. There's no way this card should be this price. No way, no how. Free money down the line. Make sure you guys pick these cards up. Now we have Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. Secret Rare from Speed Duel. Love this card. Love this card. Using Edison, using Go. Just an iconic card. Look, if we go to the deck list here, where is it? Where's my Kaiku? It better be around here. It's not your boy. Look, right there. Two right there. Everyone sides it, just depending on the matchup. The card is just broken. It's too good. This one has a Legendary Collection Secret Rare, but this is the recent Speed Duel one. And Consolidating. This is where you want to pick it up. Consolidating. You come in, look at that. You pick up a playset for $10 post-tax. Easy money. Easy money. Jay, I only need 2 because I need to play. There you go. 318. Easy. 17 listings only. 17. These Speed Duel cards are getting harder and harder to get. This will be $5 before you know it. Look at that. Someone just paid 12, got 12 of these at 320. Look, they're listening to your boy already without even watching before this video was created. You see, Vengeful? Look at that. That's crazy. Yes. 12 copies at 320s, guys. Vengeful, you need to take over. What's going on with this card? Easy consolidation, easy money down the line. 5s is easy. 750s is the target. Maybe even double digits down the line. Let us hear it. Let us hear it.
Oh no, this could definitely hit like 750s easily, and then before we see the double digits, we did see that like Haiku is just one of the main counters to like the Chaos format that we see kind of floating around in GOAT, and it is side decked mainly because like, you know, there are other builds like Earth Control or things like Burn and stuff that still kind of run a little rampant in old school GOAT. So like, you know, they side deck the Kaiku, especially going second against that Chaos deck or going first, you know, you get the Kaiku on the board. It combats a bunch of stuff because it has 1800 attack. They're unable to banish any of the stuff from the graveyard. So your graveyard is fine for protection or is protected, and then their graveyard is unable to be used by Chaos. So that's why Kaiku has always been, you know, the Ghost Destroyer and just been kind of in the metagame ever since the graveyard became an optimal strat, and probably even before that, because, you know, you're just having an 1800 beat stick that's a spellcaster dark level 4. So all around stats are just amazing. And again, just given what we see in GOAT control and how they play the graveyard games, you know, you get targets back like Magician of Faith. You try to recycle them back. You try to banish, like I said, the light and darks from the graveyard. So not only are you locking them out of the banish, but you're banishing them yourself every time you deal damage with his effect. That was actually probably the renowned one back in the day. And that's anytime you do damage, you banish 2, I think, is it cards or monsters? Yeah, 2 monsters from the opponent's graveyard. Yeah, and like this was also combating things like Bazoo back in the day, because, you know, you fill the grave, summon Bazoo the Ghost, or Bazoo the Soul Eater, banish up to 2500, and you'd have a 2400 level 4 2500 attack monster. Yeah. So Kaiku Ghost Destroyer, and their art was just sick too. I mean, let's just be honest. It's old school looking card, and I love it. I do miss it. So.
Yeah. Hey, no need to miss it. We hey, let's just play GOAT. You know what I mean? No, I know what you mean. Like you miss it, like exactly. It's not used anymore. You know what I mean? In modern, but look at this consolidation, 50 cents. Sales even at $1.44. Look at all this value, all this money that someone could have been making. 50 cents. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Look, people coming in. Just yesterday, buying these at. It's crazy. You have a couple of deals for here, but then the massive walls are anywhere between 165 and 177s. This quickly will become a $2 common. 11 listings only, guys. From Streets of Battle City. Look, but hey, we got you with the deal. Look, at $1 from Battle City box. Look at that. Consolidating here. Look at this wall of China. This is what you want to be buying before this one becomes the other common at $1.60. You want to be buying this now. That 50%, 60% gain is right here, right in front of you. Why? Just look at this. After this wall is gone, it's 226 is right there. You can't make this stuff up, man. You got a couple, that's 83 copies? It sounds like a lot. But look, Vengeful's going to, after this episode, buy 3 because he's going to invest. And then your boy's going to pick up 3 more. And then we're going to eat up that wall of China little by little. You know what I mean? Look at that. Easy investment down the line. Quickly becomes 226s. Quickly, guys. Quickly, and it's not like there's a bunch after this wall. There's one, a playset here and there, and then after that, it just keeps going. Page 2, look at that, keeps going 3s and beyond. That's crazy. That's the next wall, guys. So, you know, easily you can pay 3 billies a day for a playset, or you can come back tomorrow and pay 330s, basically $10 for a playset. That's 3x, man. Don't leave these 3Xs on the table. Why? No one's paying attention to this right now. No one's looking at these cards. And that's the value that we provide in this channel, doing daily market watches. We can take a moment. We can take one market watch and just go to the past. See cards that no one's looking at right now that have value, the potential to just spike up just like the other common did. So you want to get exposure now. But again, even these, look, Look, people are going to soon be paying $3, this same price for this for commons. So what do you think this price is going to be when people paying $3 for the commons? Easy 2x, easy 750s, maybe even double digits down the line. There's just too much money to be made, honestly, man, with these type of cards. Just easy money down the line. Then we have Snatch Steel. You know, this one just came out. This one literally just came out right here with this beautiful secret rare right there. I don't know why that's highlighted. That looks pretty cool. I don't know why it has the border there. But the whole point is this secret rare, easy money down the line. We just talked about it when we touched base on Terminal Revenge, so not going to go crazy about it. But look, this holographic is below the common in market price. Where else do you see that, guy? It's literally telling you buy me. Literally telling you just buy me. This is going to be free money down the line. This is the lowest market priced Snatch Steel is the secret rare. The secret rare mid-max rarity. The second highest rarity is the cheapest version of this card. Guys, this is math. 2 + 2 = 4. Like, it's too easy. Just plain connect the dots. You can see that this has no reason to be down here. This should be up here. Literally, should be up here, right behind the ultra rare from Magic Ruler. Because after that, you start getting Star 4s and rares and commons. So what do you think? Look, this says 328, $4 almost. And look, this is not even a hollow. This is $5 easy. Probably even double digits way down the line. When everyone forgets about Snatch, a year out, 2 years out, 3 years out, everyone forgot about this card coming in Terminal Revenge, and then this card appreciates in price into the double digits. Easy money down the line. You also have the QCSR, you know what I mean? You also have this quarter century secret, open the wrong version there. But look at that. If you check this out, quarter century 38s, this is falling knife. I wouldn't be buying this right now, but eventually once you start seeing a little bit of consolidation, not bad. Not bad at all to pick this card up. But look at this secret, man. Just beautiful. I own this. This is in my gold deck already. You know we don't play around with our gold cards. Beautiful. Look, you see the consolidation there? Beautiful, man. The chart is saying, is screaming, buy me. Be this guy. Be this guy coming in, getting multiples here in this massive wall of China. Massive. No excuse to not come in with $5 post-tax and pick up your playset. What do you have to say about this beautiful card?
Well, we'll go back to the Wall of China real quick. Okay, so well, first off, to your point, I bought them at the 75-cent mark when I was watching you live in here. By the way, guys, okay, the moment that came up, I was like, yo, I saw you look at it. I was like, yeah, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get what he just looked at.
You're almost
like
up 2x. Look, yeah.
Something. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, easy. I mean, like, the moment I bought it, I was up 2x. Like, I don't even think they're in the mail yet. But, like, okay, so Wall of China, Gamer's Choice. Shout out to Gamer's Choice because they keep things, like, chilling half the time now. But real quick. That's his interesting account, though, because it has that blue chuck mark thing. Okay, the lightning bolt. So is it actually $1.44?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, it is. It
plus
is.
$4.
Right.
No, for is it actually, or do you have direct?
No, I have direct, but do you have these other sellers, though?
Exactly.
You have these other sellers.
No, for sure. But what I want to say is that huge wall is not actually $1.44 if it's a direct seller. Okay,
yeah, you mentioned.
So so you have like a few under that are there, and that's like huge, and that's to keep in mind. But like, if those get taken out because they like whenever people are clicking on it and realize, oh, I gotta pay this much shipping if I'm a direct player, they'll go buy those stacks out. But if that direct seller becomes the only one on the market, that is when you're gonna see these are definitely way higher than what you're looking at, you know. So that's definitely just keep that in mind. That's what we're kind of talking about there. But Snatch Steel definitely already has gone up, and yeah, this is, I mean, it's $1 right now. That's kind of crazy for a secret rare Snatch Steel. It's a card that's at 1, and honestly just kind of super disrespected in the most recent format, or like, you know, modern format. And that kind of goes back to what we're talking about is we have cards that are good in old formats, there are cards that are good in new formats, and Snatch Steel is actually one of those cards that's gaining a little bit of popularity in the more modern format of Yu-Gi-Oh, because as board breakers are becoming more, like, honestly more consistent than hand traps with the new Fiendsmith and everything. So having Change of Heart, having Snatch Steel, even Mind Control going into things like Typhon, we're seeing this over and over again, especially in the OCG. And we're just taking the opponent's stuff. I mean, we have Change of Heart in 2 in the OCG, okay? Like, slap in the face of brain control, all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so like, we got Snatch Steel potentially one day going past 1 in the TCG, and if it ever gets played and the meta decks and people are like, oh my god, I need this and I want to open this, and if I open this I basically have just such an advantage going second, then we're gonna see that the prices of these cards very quickly will go up in price. So
love that analysis. You know, I was just referring to GOAT, so that's why I love that Vengeful came in and actually gave a meta relevant current, like modern that perspective in modern Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I mean, this card used to be banned for a reason. Now it's unbanned, and then it could come back to 3 at one point. Like Vengeful said, what do you think is gonna happen when people need playsets to this? Easy money, man. It's too easy. There's easily $5 down the line. Maybe when one day we wake up and it's a $10 card, and you seen Billy prices here, Billy and some change down here. It's just too easy, guys. Get your exposure. No reason. You're cracking already, packs open. You're already getting access to these pieces of cardboard. Don't just put it in bulk. Don't give it out. Don't just keep it. Keep at least a place up for yourself as an investment for the long term. Now we have Dimension Fusion. This is a personal pick from Vengeful, so I'm gonna just take over.
All right, so yeah, Dimensional Fusion is a card, or Dimension Fusion is a card that we're discussing because a lot of players were actually priced out of GOAT because of cards like this, and that's because the older versions were just super expensive. So, you know, let's go ahead and just look at the original one from like Invasion of Chaos. I don't think it matters which invasion. I think just, so Invasion of Chaos can be tracked back 1 year so we can actually see what we were looking at before, actually. Yeah, so let's see what were they at, because it's hard for me to read.
Yeah, 72. Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, it has actually gone down quite a bit because, as we know, a lot of those 25th anniversary reprint sets came out for Invasion of Chaos and things like that. So with Invasion of Chaos, we saw quite a drop in price. Some players were actually saying it didn't drop in price. That's a drop in price, if I have to say. And so, I mean, if you wanted to get into the GOAT format sooner rather than later with cards like Dimension Fusion, because I really don't see them fitting this in another reprint set anytime soon. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a secret rare that they sneak in something, and they really could. But this is a card, it seems like they kind of have been holding over the head of the GOAT format community for quite some time. And again, I just want to say, like, what's the new Invasion of Chaos at? Like,
look, it's gone essentially. Look at that. 2 listings only. Look at that.
God.
Look at that. Cleaned out.
See, I didn't even
look
know
at that. Look at 30s.
How much were they down? What were they down to?
$17 right there. Look at it. 17. You have 30. Only 2 left in the market, bro. Yeah.
When a card is $70 and you get another printing for 17, that kind of does be like that. Okay,
and look at this one. It has a playset. Yeah, look at that. There's a couple here, and then quickly goes to mid 40s and then 50s for the OG. Yep.
So don't be like me. Pick up your copies when they're 17s.
Yeah.
So,
you see? Listen.
Yeah, well, I got some of the IOCs. I should have sold mine off way back.
Right.
But they'll go back up. That's fine. I'm not too worried.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't think Konami is gonna be doing anything with this like anytime soon. So the players out there, be looking out on it. I'm sure some players that watch this might even have some friends with some copies that honestly, like, and as we know, some of the Speed Duel players, like, they just don't care, you know what I mean? Like, they're just playing the game to play for some of them for Speed Duel. So you might even have some friends that have some copies, and I don't want to sound like Konami over here, like ask a friend, but like you might be able to get some friend deals. You know, we're not paying literally $30 in a card that was just 17. He might literally be like, hey bro, trade me that $20 card.
Right.
You
know? Right. You never know. That's a good point.
Trade me 2 spies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I like it. Look at that. Like,
and I think those format players trade more, honestly.
That's true. That's a great point. You know, we have that older mindset, like trading the art of it and stuff. So I love that that recommendation. Excuse me, guys. So look, this is quickly becoming a 40 Billy card, essentially post-tax across the board, across all versions. You have a couple here, a couple of deals. Look, this one, only one, $40. Then you go back here, look, only a couple. Then you go back to the other one, here to the OG right here. You only got a couple in the mid-30s, then it's 40s, then it's gone, guys. So this is a personal pick by Vengeful. This is a great card to keep in mind. Yes, you might be playing a premium compared to previous prices, but I would not be surprised if this card doesn't get reprinted soon if it's a $50+ card across the board. That's a lot of money. That's crazy, guys. So keep this one in mind. Then here we have Snatch Steel again.
Too good.
Yeah, right. So good. We need to talk about it twice. We have Phoenix Wingwind Blast. No, Wind Blast here from Legendary Collection 3's the secret rare. Love the secret rare. This thing used to be free, $1. No one cared about it. Spiked up to 750s last year. Now rechasing back down to the main here to 4 to 5s. This is I can't believe this is a $5 card, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, this has no business being a $5 card. These are deals. You guys need to snatch this up quick because there's 1s and 2s all the way to double digits. 1 page only, 10 listings only for this beautiful secret rare that people play in GOAT. Beautiful secret rares that people play in GOAT, guys. It's just a broken, flexible card. I mean, return the selected card to the top of his owner's deck. It's just too good. Honest. Pitch 1, get rid of a problem. The card is broken. It saves a lot of people from many different, game states that they find themselves in. Just easy money. Now, I can't believe it. From Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World, $5? Get out of here. I mean, you do have other prints here. If you go through, you have OTs, which are not showing up here. You have DTs. You have even these clean supers that you see here at $1. Pick it up, man. This could be 2s, 3s, 5s down the line as more people come back into older formats. So you want to keep this one in mind, man. Across the board, it's a broken card. It's a beautiful card, too, as well. So I believe that this one is a good deal here. And again, Vengeful, we're going to talk about a couple of these traps. Look, we also have Trap Dust Shoot, so I'm going to just talk about a little bit of these, and then you'll do a recap of all of these. So we have Trap Dust Shoot here. Look at that, 4 prints only. What in the world is going on? How are we paying 13, 14s for commons? Man, I bought like a moderately played, lightly played, and I'm thinking about selling that. I mean, this thing, people giving me double digits for any version. Is like, damage, give it to me. Like, it's just the demand, the need for this card in both Edison and GOAT is insane. The card is too broken. I have no clue why we don't get a speed dual card of this, even a common. Just give us something, Konami. Man, give your boy a bone, man. A boy to eat a little bit or something, man, to chew on. Look at this. Insane for all copies of this trap card. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Look, we're going to talk about Raigeki Break real quick. Look at that. Look at that, Vengeful. Gone. Cleaned out. 2 listings only. What is going on with these traps?
Insane.
Look at this, Vengeful. Look at that. Look, this is the only holographic, the max rarity, as we can see here. A bunch of commons here at Billy's. Get even some of these commons. Just get access to this card, because this one's already getting bought out. What do you think people are going to do? They're going to be like, I just need a copy. I just need copies of these cards. I don't care the rarity. And it's insane. Insane what's going on with these 3 traps. We got to hear from you, Vengeful. What's going on? These things are just getting ridiculous. Insanity. Take it over, man.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Phoenix Wingman Blast, because honestly, there's always a debate within the GOAT control community of which one's better, Phoenix Wingman or Raigeki Break. And honestly, as the prices have dictated, it is Raigeki Break. I'm sorry. I'm a Phoenix Wingman Blast fan myself because I play Rise of the Monarch, in later formats, and Phoenix with that was like really great. But when you're talking about GOAT format, you don't want to put the BLS on top of the deck. Okay. And we're seeing that reflected in these prices. So Phoenix Wingman Blast is a card that, in my opinion, has always been undervalued. When we even go to the highest versions, which are champion packs, okay, they're less than $100 a piece.
No way.
What champion pack super rare are you, like for near mints? They're in less than 90s, okay?
That's insane.
So what other champion pack super do you see at that price normally that's actually like relevant in older formats? You don't. You just don't. And that's because there's just disrespect that has always been given to this card. And I'll be honest, it is shown in the price, okay? So if you're not wanting to dish out $90 on a super, you can get that real nice clean one that Jay was just talking about for how much was that? How much was
$5, bro. Secret rare, that mid-max.
Well, there's that secret. Yeah, so you got the nice clean secret for $5, but how much are the supers, the reprint supers?
Okay, I got you, bro. It's like
Yeah. My bad.
No, you're good. Let's find it. Look right here. Look at that. A holographic print. Used to be $1 and some change, spiking up already. Look at that.
Yeah, and they look clean. These new supers look clean, and like you were saying, those secret rares, and I think it was a Legendary Collection Yugi World or something like that.
$5,
those are
man.
Beautiful. $5s.
What is going on, man? Damn,
it's always been disrespected. It's always been disrespected, and one day, if it actually becomes relevant in even just those older formats where people are like, wait a minute, 5 combo, 3 Wingman Blast, and have mine. Or whatever the one hits out of the hand and stuff, like maybe, or like, build some super control build like that some players were playing back in the day, they might end up respecting Phoenix Wingman Blast a little bit more. And as you're looking up the old tees, I think, like those could even be a little bit higher than they are, but we see, they're a little lower than, other ultis of their caliber. The Raigeki Break, as you mentioned, that won the award of the best of the traps for discarding a card. So you pitch a card, go -1, but you clear out a card that is really, really good, normally the BLS or one of their boss monsters, and that's why we're seeing the only holographic is from the Legendary Collection Yugi's World for Raigeki's Break. And honestly, as we have seen with things like the Trident Dragion, that pays dividends if you've been picking them up at any time in between, or especially if you picked them up when they first came out, when no one cared about these cards at all. And I think cards like, even things like Reckless Greed will see a hype, maybe not to this degree, but that's like another card that was reprinted way back when in these, older decks that kind of get played in more meta-relevant decks now. But Raigeki Break, again, as you said, just use used in almost all the nice top meta GOAT decks, and it's the only holo, and that's why we see that. And to kind of wrap up with the 3 you mentioned, that goes to the king, and that is to the Trap Dust Shoot, honestly. Yeah. And Konami would have to make this card like a secret rare and like really easy to obtain for these prices to actually like drop down. If they're like, all right, we got another common, like that common would probably be like decently cheap. And then these would probably stay a little bit higher just because, like, I'm just going to be honest, like the DT wouldn't drop, the super wouldn't drop. You might have the commons go down. But if they were to come clean the market with like a secret rare Trap Dust Shoot, that would actually make all these prices go down besides Champion Pack 5.
Insane.
You know? And maybe even just a tiny bit, but like it wouldn't really affect it that much. So I think that's what Konami would have to do to like really drop the Trap Dust Shoot. They'd have to really make it a holo and really make it available to players. So
please, Konami, listen to Vengeful, man. It shouldn't be that hard to get this done.
Let me
man.
sell my comments first. I didn't know they were this much.
That's the value of these market watches, man. A lot of people probably go through their bulk, just old bulk, and they're like, what, I got one of these? So it's always good to find these in bulk for sure, because that's just for easy money. And then look at this. There's one at $70 first ed, and then after that, the next first ed is $240. So your boy Vengeful is going to sneak in and get this now so he can be up a couple of $100, you know what I mean, for this first edition, man. That's insane that this card, and look, even the unlims are this cheap. That's crazy to me. Look, we got a Billy Bob here paying 171s for LP, man. Where's the picture, man? Let me see. Is it this one? Look who's here, man. Look at your boy, Venture. You know we got to sneak him in at one point. Look, your boy came in and he got LP first ed for 171s instead of buying the 70 Billy one. You know, he paid an extra $100 bill. You know, he just slapped it on the table. He's like, let me get one of them LPs, man. Yo, Billy, but you got one for 70? Nah, man, let me get the LP and slap an extra $100 because I can. Because I'm rich like that. Look, man, look, you can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't. But, for the long term, this is a steal right there that one of you guys has to take advantage of. So we'll see. Then moving on to Upstart. What a card. These supers came out at Billy's, Shekels. Oh, Upstart readily available. No one cares about this card. And then look, now it's $4, for this super. Again, commons around $4. To get any version of this card, you're going to have to pay above $1, probably almost $2s. I guess the rare would be the best one to pick up right now. Let's see. I mean, it's kind of harsh. You got a couple here. We cleaned this up janitor style quickly after these 255s, guys. So the demand for Upstarts,
that's spiked.
Yikes, guys. It's all over the scene here, as we can see. You got the Turbo Pack 8 supers, and you have the Ultra Technical Max rarity, and then you have these here. So again, just pick your choosing. Make sure you get access to the card, because the card is just getting harder and harder to get. Unlims at double digits, first ed pushing 13, 14s after shipping. So again, Upstart is just that card, man. It's a multi-format card that people just need. Insane what's going on with this card, pushing $5, guys, for this super rare from Secret Slayers. Insane the demand for this card, especially for older formats. So yeah, what do you think about this one?
That's wild. I actually want to like low-key look at the Super Slayer ones for like 3 seconds now that you're actually mentioning. I mean, this was a card that like even back in my day when I'd play or like commentate for the locals, it was Upstart Hoban, because he was the one that kind of put this card on the map. Yeah, it has just jumped up. That is wild. But honestly, again, not a surprise. We're kind of talking about that not only will we see this when it happens to be in GOAT format played, but I think we even see like, isn't this at like 1 or 2 in Edison format? And then whenever you get to actual modern Yu-Gi-Oh, as we know, it just went to 3. And then I think we just got engaged to 3 as well. So that means you get to play your nice spell or Sky Striker deck and actually have 3 spells in the graveyard, given that you can use 3 Upstart Goblin in the build. And that was one of the most popular builds to play things like the Upstart Goblin, unless you're playing some sort of like FTK deck or something, But no, with the Sky Strikers at full force in the TCG, I think that really solidified at that price point in a lot of these cards moving from like 2s to 5s, from literally all the other ones you looked at, like the double digits for the Ultras. And then, even the old school supers are maintaining some form of value, because we know that they're needed in every single format, even the older formats of Yu-Gi-Oh! And again, once you get that trifecta is once you see some of those prices really start going up.
That's right. I mean, look, play that 2s in every deck, including the first place decks here. As you can see, a multi-format card, like Vengeful said, easy money. So again, if you need this, I'd be getting even, I don't know, a common, or maybe pay a premium for a holographic. I've had multiples of these in the past. Don't think I have any more. I might need 2, you know, 'cause, hey, for the GOAT deck, we'll see. But man, this card, I can't believe it. We need another reprint, Konami. This card needs another reprint right now. And look, it has plenty, including commons. But yeah, look at this, man. Look at this, man. I need to come in. Yeah, thank God this Wall of China's here at under 2s. We need to come in, guys, and get the Spell Ruler 25th, anniversary common for $1 billion some change, just to get some exposure to the card. Then we have Mystic Walk, a card that 3 prints only. 3. Look, guys, if you go back here, look at that. You have 3. Look, in this whole deck profile of a first place winner, there's only 3 play sets in the whole deck. 2 in the main deck. We discussed Thunder Dragon and Spy. And now Mystic Walk, guys. Most of you guys probably had no clue that this card ever even existed. And as you can see, played at anywhere from 2, but mainly 3s, and most of these side decks, guys. Insane what's going on with this card, and it only has 3 prints, and they're all commons. All commons. I don't know why Konami doesn't give us this. Again, same deal in a speed duel or in a set that comes out, Blast from the Past, something. Just give us something, Konami. Because these cards need reprints. Your boy had to pay $5 for 2 of these commons. Insane. And then I traded for another one, luckily, without even knowing what the card did or was. It's crazy. People need it. People are willing to pay. I mean, look at this. Parabolic move starting here for a common, guys. Look, near minute here. 3 printings overall only. Look at this thing, man. Insane. Wild. Look, even Unlims here. Insane. That's 378. If you want a place, you're going to have to pay $11, $12 for a place out of a common. And look, there's only 1 page, 7 listings only. Almost cleaned out, guys. Look, it's crazy. Crazy what's going on. This is the cheapest version. You have these here. These look old. I want to touch these. This one looks better. They're all old, honestly. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's rough out here. But it's Mystic Walk. Look at it. Offer 1 monster. Look at that. Offer, okay? We're not, tributing or we're not getting... No. Offer. You're offering 1 monster on your side of the field as a tribute. Okay, there's the word. But guys, you get it. Tribute 1 monster. Select the attack or defense of the tributed monster and increase your life points by the same amount. So you get the life point boost. But again, this is a broken quick play spell that you get to use. If they're coming for your monster, you gain from it. Okay, if they're Ring of Destructioning it, you're the Raigeki breaking it, they're trying to get over that monster, at least you're getting those life points. So you save yourself for that turn, essentially. For the most part, gaining those life points probably key in that situation. It's a broken card, broken quick play. So I get it. I get the, it's like playing advanced Yu-Gi-Oh within the GO format. So I understand with these a quick play like this, but again, man, no business being this price. What do you think about this?
I think you're telling me to go through my collection and that I might be rich. I love this. I love this. Boy. I think it's gonna be great. So Mystic Walk, and I think this is just like I wasn't like 1,000% if this was actually played like years and years ago. I probably was, and I was just like a kid and didn't know.
Right.
But like I guess this was like for time rules or something at this point, or like you were saying, like they're gonna Raigeki break your BLS, you tribute the BLS and get like 3,000 life points, and you're immediately just in that whole match, So I think that's kind of like where we're actually seeing it just being like super popular. Maybe even like Snatch Steel the opponent's monster, and then as soon as it's targeted, again you're gaining that 3K again. So I think these are just things that are like reasons why we're seeing the walk actually played into the degree, and as we see in the side deck, so it'll probably be going in like game 3 or something like that when the opponent's doing anything crazy. And then again, there is also like burn in some of these tournaments. I know some players do resort to like, I think it's like Desquala burn or something like that. So that is still played. So being able to gain life points when like, especially against a burn deck, because they normally regulate their resources very well around your board. So if you're like attacking in with like a BLS, or they target it with like a Ring of Destruction, you chain a walk, getting it off the board, gaining 3,000 life points, and then like you're getting rid of one of their best resources in the deck that probably is Ring of Destruction at 1, so they're not getting it back, and then you're getting 3,000 life points. There's just a lot that goes into the Mystic Walk side deck, and I think as players dive into GOAT format is when they'll like really start appreciating cards like that. And that's why, again, I think that will be like a super rare out of like a reprint eventually, is what I could definitely see Konami doing. Like, it should be like heavy slump status. So.
Yes, please listen to Vengeful Konami. Here it is, man. Here's the first place from Cincinnati. Is actually playing the deck that you just mentioned.
Hard to play against Burn.
That's
hard to
crazy.
Play against it.
First place right here. Shh, that's wow. There you go. So, hey, Mystic Walk, comes clean, comes clutch in a situation if you're playing or facing a deck like this. Now moving on to Edison, guys. A lot of big Edison tournaments happen all around the country all the time. Even YCS, I think there was like a 3v3 in Vegas. You know, and Nats, I'm gonna be playing Edison. You know, so Edison is a big deal. You know, we talked about GOAT, the boomer, you know, status there, but Edison, a lot of more people relate to it. You know, the younger folk, you know, it happened like 6 years after GOAT. So, yeah, I mean, it's very popular. There's tournaments all around the country. A lot of people were looking at the Ribbit, you know, that's why it's funny as you see Substitute there, Ribbit tournament. I'm going all around the country. I'm making waves lately. That's why we actually have a couple of amazing, crazy buyouts going on. I'm in Edison right now because these decks, we're playing these at 3, guys. So let's see what Vengeful has to say with some of these Edison cards. Starting off with Heavy Storm. Here we have, this is one that a lot of people are thinking that might come back into modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So you have the double whammy in that sense, a card that, again, multi-format, a card that people need, a card that is broken, a card that can win you a game, you know, turn the tide for you. And actually, the next cards we're going to talk about are baits to bait this specific card out, you know, and still get advantage from it. So it's insane. You know, a lot of people are trying to work their way around this card because it literally wins games, man, sometimes. Unless you have a judgment or a way out from this, usually it's just, it cleans out the back row and, you know, GG. So again, broken card. Right now that I would be picking up any of these holographics. Me, I like the DB2 one. I just like how this card looks. It's been appreciating in price. Of course, you have the technical max rarity here at ultra rares as well. But these are pushing 6 to 7s, guys. These were 2 to 3s. You know, about a year ago, no one was paying attention to these. And look at that. Just they're stepping their way up, as you can clearly see here. Insane. What's going on? Look at that. Almost pushing $9, almost double digits after this wall here. So insane what's going on with Heavy Storm. Insane. What do you think about this one, Vengeful?
Oh yeah, I mean, once the OCG got this card put to 1, TCG just raised the eyebrow like, wait, we're next, right? Like, we're next for that, surely. So hopefully we do actually see that follow over to the TCG, and that is why we're just seeing the prices spike already. Players are ready to be using Heavy Storm, because Harpy's Feather Duster to some players is not enough, and relying on things like Lightning Storm just to clear a couple back row off the, you know, off the board is not really kind of the nice risk reward a lot of players are looking for. So one of Heavy and one of Harpy's Feather Duster is something I think the TCG will be seeing very, very soon. And again, you know, one of in the GOAT format, one of in modern format. I mean, honestly, I could see this card even going past one day in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, don't call me too crazy, but I think that's the direction we're in. It's whatever, man. You play it first turn and that's it. So
of course. It's
like, so I think we're going to be seeing the prices of this card go up. I mean, again, wouldn't surprise me if, you know, we get it unbanned, the prices go up, people sell what the copies they have, and then we get another holo reprint, probably an OT and an OTS. It would be my guess. So
man,
that's kind of what I'm thinking with,
you gotta stop,
with Heavy
man.
Storm.
OT Heavy, bro. That'd be a good time to be alive in the Yu-Gi-Oh, brother.
We already see it.
Man.
It's already in front of you.
Wow, that'd be awesome. That's a great take by Vengeful, honestly. I mean, and yeah, I mean, what people will want, the key is that you destroy all spells and trash. So some people will probably try shenanigans, popping, you know, their artifact cards or just some random stuff out there, you know. So that's the potential with this one. That's why some people might be like, oh, why do we get Harpy's Feather? Why do we have Lightning Storm? You know, we already have enough. No, this also destroys yours. So a lot of shenanigans, you know, these other alternatives that Vengeful mentioned correctly is for your opponent. So that's the main factor of why this has been on the list that much, because you can do a lot of things, you know, popping your own stuff, just popping off in turn 1, you know what I mean? So definitely something to keep in mind, and I get it. But at 1, I think it's healthy. It's a one of, you know, it's not like consistent at 2 to 3, so definitely one to keep in mind. And yeah, even in Edison, go Edison, modern, you know, that's what people expect this to come back to modern, but it's a card that it's heavily, no pun intended, used, you know, in past formats. And look, we have buyouts because of Heavy Storm. Buyouts, people want to bait Heavy Storm with Jar of Greed and with Legacy of Yada Garasu. That's the thing. People playing these at threes, guys. People playing these at 3s, you know, in some of these deck profiles for Edison lately, in one of the latest Ribbit tournaments in LA. People going bonkers. Look at that. 70. We're going to touch base on this in a little bit. But again, Jar of Greed. When was the last time you guys saw Jar of Greed? When, please? When was the last time that Jar of Greed had any relevancy, guys? And now you have Speed Duel Commons, guys, getting cleaned out of the markets. Look at that spike. Just cleaned out. Look at that. Look at these commons. They're $5. These are one-ofs. You want a play set? Pay a premium. $20 right there after shipping and taxes. $20 for a playset of Jar Greed. $20. Single digit listings, man, like, just going bonkers. What in the world is going on with some of these cards right now? I mean, you only have a couple holographic and it's a wrap. Even commons are pushing 3s across the board. You could technically say, guys, here, insane. Go through your bulk. If you have Jar Greed, you have a couple of Billies. You do, for the most part. Insane. A card that hasn't been relevant in forever. Now in Edison is taking over to bait the Heavy Storm. You set 3 of these. You know, they Heavy Storm you. You're +3. They're neg 1. You know what I mean? And you live to fight another day. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? I like it, man. I like it. Same with a Legacy of Yatagarasu. Look at this, man. Insane. Insane. Right there. $70 for this. What in the world? Nah, it's not even. Look, man, what is going on, guys? Premium Pack 1 Secrets. I had these. I saw one, I think at like 40. I think I thought I was doing something good because I got these for like Billies. And I guess I should have held, but hey, hindsight is 2020. Your boy got profits. That's all that matters. You know, so I'm a happy camper. I'm living to fight another day. But insane. We got people consistently paying these prices, even for LPs, guys. You're seeing stuff that you don't even see in Modern in some cases. Literally, just people paying these prices. Like for you to pay 70 and 80 bucks for a card, that's like IP, you know, triple tactics thrust prices, you know, like these broken meta deck staples and stuff like that. And look at these people, old formats, I need it, give me 3. Max rarity, I need it, man. I ain't playing around. Look, you even have some of these comments at $6.
Those comments are insane. Look at the look at the comments. Look at the comments.
Yeah,
There's like a 9.
look
There's
at
9.
What is going on?
9.
Look at that, man. I mean,
That's
what is Vengeful doing out here? Single digits. Look at that. Listings. You got a wall of China at double digits for these comments, just spiking out. Mr. Clean is having a good time right now, making things happen. Oh, you want a holographic? Sure, it's $2. Yeah. You cleaned this up here. Look at that, man. Look at $10. And that's cheap. Why? Because this one here at 12s. After that is going to be a $20 super rare. People have been going bonkers now. They're baiting out the Heavy Storm in, you know, top tier Edison tournaments. As you can see, look at that. Labyrinth of Nightmare. You want a first that OG Hollow? Jar Greed? Nah. Think again, bro. Pushing 50 bills, bro. That what you see what we're talking about here, Vengeful, today? We talked about Raigeki Break at 38. That's just one. It's essentially a $50 card. We're talking about Jar Greed, a $50 card. We're talking about Legacy of Yatagarasu, 70s, 80s, and even 90s. Just craziness and GOAT and Edison. No one's paying attention to this. Unless you're like a niche.
Call it the GOAT format.
Yeah. Hey, you see the GOAT. Unless you're like a niche channel, you know, like, oh, we only talk about Edison or we only do GOAT market watches. Of course they cover it. But for the masses like this, no one's talking about this right now. No one's paying attention. I know you got these in bulk, man. I know you probably, you know, go through your bulk and you're like, oh my God, I got this, man. I got almost $10. Man, I needed a $10 card from Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. Let me sell this right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's the potential with these crazy card prices, man. What do you think? What do you think, Vengeful, about Legacy of Yatagarasu? You know, and again, by the way, these are draw ones. Let me just touch base on this because I didn't even read the effects. Some of y'all people out there probably, Jay, why is this even worth it? What does this do? Look at that. You have a draw one card. That's it. Jar Greed. It's a bait, a literal bait for Heavy Storm. Draw one. That's it. This draw one common is $5. Insane, man. Pushing up double digits. Crazy. And then Yatagarasu does the same thing. Draw one. Look at that. The draw one right there. Take it over, Vengeful. I need to hear your opinion on these.
That's when they ask for player priority, you say yes, and you target their monsters, okay? I'm just giving you a warning right now. When they say player priority, you target monsters. You don't go for back rows because of these 2 cards. No, I'm going through my bulk later. That's what's going on. So I'm going through my bulk later, yeah. Okay, so Legacy, let's start with that. The secret rare one. Isn't that because, like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Premium Pack 1, weren't there just, like, secrets that weren't supposed to be secrets in there? Like, didn't they just get the secret print and they weren't supposed to? Or were there, like, different, because I think they're both, like, the supers and the secrets are both from Premium Pack 1.
Yeah,
if I'm correct, there was, like, supers that just were supposed to be supers, but they got the wrong machine printing on them or something, if I remember correctly. It's kind of like those, like,
I heard something. I heard something about that. I'm not too sure, but you do have secrets. You have some secret rares here that are worth money on the top, but I think I heard something about that like in the past. I'm not too sure, honestly.
Yeah,
but it is
Zera or Zeta, like you're flashing. I'm pretty sure like there were like super versions of him and stuff. If I don't remember, like I said, I could be totally incorrect, but I thought there was like something with that, like printing error stuff. That's why like some of those like Wild Heart tins, like all those tins, like they're like super rare secrets, like they get really expensive because like they just hit printer issues. Yeah, so I think that was like why that legacy is actually as much. But like as you were going back to for actual meta relevance though, is yeah, they're draw one cards, they bait out the Heavy Storm on, and they bait out a ton of MSTs and monster effects too. I mean, again, it's like Lila switch to defense mode, chain draw, and in GOAT formats like they activate the Heavy Storm, you activate the Jar of Greed, draw one card, and then for the pro players, they'll bait out the MST with the Jar, and they'll set their own Heavy for that pro set Heavy, and then the opponent will set 2 back row, and then they're like, all right, I'll flip up my Heavy after drawing a card and wipe 2. So it'll be good stuff. With the I call it Corpse of Yada because that's literally what it was called for like the longest time in video games before we got it. But for Legacy of Yada, the other pro effect with that is if you creature swap an opponent your Tsukiyomi and you activate Legacy, you draw 2 cards.
That's crazy.
Okay. Yes, and that is why this card is actually as bonkers as it is. Jar of Greed's great. Legacy is better. It's always been better, okay? Because of those interactions, you creature swap them to the Spirit, you draw 2 cards after flipping down your Mask of Darkness that just got this card back, by the way, or got something else back, or you flipped the Magician, get back your Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards, Tsukiyomi, flip it back, or maybe you got back the creature swap. Creature swap the Tsukiyomi, you know, you got one of these set, flip it up, draw 2 more cards. It's insane. So yeah, that's why we're seeing Legacy of the Yada-Gratsu, just kind of seeing time and time again, does have that place in the older meta decks and combos and just like the meta game altogether. So for the players in the retro formats, these are cards you're going to have to pick up, and cards that, you know, Konami will probably have at least the Legacy in some sort of reprint set in, you know, here to come. But no, these are crazy looking at like just how expensive these cards are, especially the Legacy of Yada. I mean, like there's no cheap versions.
Insane. I just need to move on. This is some crazy stuff, guys. Crazy. Then we have Royal of Oppression. Only 6 prints here. Insane. Only 6 prints. Here, another one. Where's our 7th print from Speed Duel? Right there, 7th, which is right there. That slot. That's what we're missing right there. People playing out here 12 and 13s for like rares and like DB2s and all these crazy like what is going on, man? These older formats, Konami need to stop slacking. We need, again, they need to listen to your boy. A blast from the past. 1. We need ghost rares, okay? Like Royal Oppression. You imagine, you know, we just need stuff. Just like a ghost from the past, please.
Yes.
Give us ghost rare traps. So you imagine, man, that'd be insane. That'd be bonkers. But hey, a man can wish, man. I mean, the last thing we lose is hope, they say. But man, we sure need to be hopeful to wait for a reprint of this. I mean, man, what is going on here, Vengeful? I mean, I get it. The card is broken. It wins games. I play Edison. I understand. But I mean, damn. I mean, we don't even have like a clean secret, a clean super. It's just like, this is a common, because gold rares are commons to me. You know, I mean, hey, this is like the only, what is going, you take over, man. What's going on with Royal Oppression, man? What's going on?
Hey, man, I mean, I'm seeing Corpse Yada being way more expensive than some of these printings. I don't know. These aren't too bad right now. So, no, we need a Boomer Rarity collection.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like,
please.
We need a Boomer Rarity collection.
I mean, listen to
like,
Vengeful, please.
But like, all right, the old farts out there, here you go. They just put a Kaiba on the front of it, and we're all.
I won't lie. I think
great.
that would sell better than Speed Duel.
Yeah.
Like literally, imagine all the cards we talk about today. That it comes like in a collection. Imagine like with different rarities, like a rarity collection, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, just the Boomer collection. No, that would be great. It would be great. I think they would do very well off of it. I mean, again, with that Pro Goat format you were just showing, like that whole thing, no, like if the goats, GGP, there we go, I was like, I couldn't remember it. So if the GGP definitely like picks up like they were expecting to, and honestly, I watch it was great. Before the latest what was it, Oceania Nationals, there was a GGP tournament, and I definitely watched it, and it was way more entertaining. It was great. And no, so if that picks up, Konami will follow the money. They always do. That's why we even had a like sniff of Speed Duel. Okay, it was because they're like, oh man, you guys really do go that hard on nostalgia cards. Okay, here you go. I mean, and again, even the Speed Duels, like for some meta relevance, like Volcanic Shell just like spiked in price whenever like the Volcanics like support came out. That was insane, you know.
That's crazy.
So it's like just cards like that, just time and time again, just see increases. So
yeah, I mean, it's bonkers. It's bonkers to see all these, and a lot of these are traps. Look, they dimensional prison. I always get confused, like dimension prison or dimensional, like with fusion, the same thing. I think some cards are dimension this or dimensional that, you know. But yeah, so dimensional prison. This one, look at that. Ultra rares at 10 billies. Ultra rares at double digits. You have platinum secret 750s. Look at that. A common, guys. A common here from OTS pack 13 that people were throwing away. They didn't care about no common when they were cracking this pack open. Look, if you go back to the pack, all they cared about was these beautiful cards. Abyss Dweller, Book of Moon, and Rafflesia. All these other things, they could care less about none of these. And look, even Bahamut Track, damn, this is a nice OTS right here. But guys, the whole point is, look at that. $5 common, guys. This is even lower. It hasn't updated the market price. The fourth most expensive card in this OTS is a common. The most expensive non-ultimate rare is a common in this OTS. Just craziness in these markets. Look at that, man. Look at that. And these are one-ofs. Play set here, but you don't see like massive walls. What is going on? These things are get cleaned out, man. Just look at that. Man, that's insane. Insane. Only 8 prints for this card across the board, essentially pushing all for 5 billies and beyond. If you want to play Edison, if you need these at 3s, you're going to have to pay $15, man, plus after tax, excuse me, for the playset of this card. Take over, Benjamin.
I've been low-key, these I knew went up, so I've been getting rid of fun. I had literally like 10 ultras and like pages of commons and stuff. Yeah, I have the supers and stuff. That's because like low-key, if you went to your locals and you're like, Vengeful, let me see your binder, you had literally like a page of dimensional prisons, because whenever I played or whenever this was, you know, I was still in the game a bit, like that was still like a meta relevant card, tells you how long ago it was, you know. So I was like, man, I'm sad I have all these useless cards. No, they became very, very popular, and I wasn't going to get rid of them for dollars. I mean, the hell with that. But like, yeah, no, I'm just glad they made a resurgence. They're amazing. We saw Sakuretsu Armor. You're talking about the secret rare. They're expensive AF, you know, right now, and that is what D-Prison does. And in fact, I mean, D-Prison is just better. It banishes it. Bye-bye Stardust. Bye-bye all that stuff that was not going to be able to be hit by Sakuretsu Armor. And as we saw, like, Dimensional Prison is just one of those cards that I might have said Barrier earlier, but Dimensional Prison is just one of those cards that just staple in Edison, staple. And if it was around for GOAT, you bet it would have been played in GOAT as well, you know?
For sure.
So, I mean, I just remember having this card when it was like a game card only, and some dude was like, can I get that off of you? I'm like, bro, you just saw it was in my deck. Why the hell would I trade you the game card for it? Like, nah, bro, like, get out of here.
It's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. This super rare, man.
You got some of those. Man.
45. Yeah, you're eating good out here, bro. Look at that. Hey, your boy Vengeful's eating good tonight. Look at that, man. Ooh. Man, that's 50-piece wings, man. I ain't leaving that. I'm like, rares are $5. I'll take the 10x, man. Take the 10x. You could buy 10 rares for the price of this one. That's insane. Get yourself a playset. You know, spare the spare change right there. Insane, man. What's going on with some of these cards? Look, Dust Tornado, an iconic card, broken card in Edison. You know, and GOAT as well. Just these old cards, man. People not paying attention. Look at that. This secret rare from Speed Duel. Look at that. It says $7. You have a couple of one-ofs, but then it's double digits, man. Double digits. $12. We were talking about this card down here at $3.80. No one cared about it. No one was paying attention to no Speed Duel cards. No one went, hey, and we were covering. And now you wake up today, and this is 2x right here, but quickly 3xing. You would be 3xing right here, right now. And we talked about it a couple of months ago whenever this thing came out. It was beautiful. Your boy picked his up. You know, my deck is looking fly right now with the max rarity version of the Tornado. And yeah, as you can see, we do have like DTs, Ultras. They're all going up. All these holographics for these old cards are going up. They're moving on up. Even commons, you know, they're around $1. Couple of shekels for the older ones. But holographic, you're going to have to pay $10 for a playset right now. That's the minimum. And that's now. This could easily bump up to 15s a playset, you know, because these look beautiful. You know, these Speed Duel cards, super rares, you know, these, look at that. It just looks different. The quality right there. Look, man, 1 page, 6 listings, couple of one-ofs with shipping. This is over 5s. these cards are getting hard to get. Most of these cards that we've discussed today, they're not as easy to get. If you have these ODTs, you know, or maybe from Pharaoh Servant, if you have these cards, you got money laying around, definitely keep this one in mind. So moving on to Dimension Alchemist for this one, same deal. Not too much to say about this one, just getting floored right now, but a common, $2.63, pushing threes for a common, man, a speed dual common. This card, again, it needs a reprint, but it needs a budget, but like secret rare. Why don't we get this secret rare, man? Just give it to us somewhere, somehow. We'll even take a super, because this is a common, and they're all common. You know what I mean? This gold rare is a common, man. What is going on? We don't want to be paying no $10 for no gold rare, not even $2.50 for a common. What is going on, Konami? I'll let you touch base a little bit on this, man.
Yeah, I'll be honest. For the players out there that pay into the gold, I get it. It's hollow, but nah. I feel like I'm scammed at that point. You know what I mean? Whenever like Trap Tricks went up, and then you had like Dianaya, and it was like $5 for the premium rarity, which was a gold rare, and you're like, the hell? I think maybe they were even 10s or 20s. Were they like 20s or something? That was insane. And it was just like, bro, this was like 50 cents 3 days ago. Okay, you know, like, yeah, I think that was like, yeah, just get rid of all that stuff. So I think that's like actually kind of like what we're seeing here. And yeah, it was popular, and the card was like really, really good for like starters and stuff. But yeah, this is a card that Konami would just throw in. Like, this would be Mystic Fighter super rare again for like Mystic Walk. Walk and this are both cards that would just fit right in for Mystic Fighter super rare reprint.
For sure.
Status, you know?
For sure. We need a Konami. Stop slacking. Now talking about a couple of more recent prints heading towards the end of the market watch here that we have that are still Edison related. This, like we've talked about this card recently when covering the Rarity Collection 2. This has no business being sub 5 billies for a quarter century secret hamster. Guys, people were paying 15 plus for the secrets from Legendary Collection 5. Now they for that same money for one, they get 3/4 centuries. This is too cheap. This is going to be double digits down the line. This will be the double digit QCSR down the line. Don't take it for granted. It's easy to get today. Won't be easy to get tomorrow. Same for Raikou. Look, we have Platinum Secret Raikou that Venture was talking about. You know, he's like, Jay, pull this up. Look at that. Look at that. Under 2 bills a pop for a Platinum Secret. Beautiful card. This, I have it in person. It looks marvelous. There's just some of these Platinum that they just hit well with certain cards. This is one of them. For under 2 bills, it's too cheap. Look at that. This person buying this playset, great investment for the long term. Look, we have here, wait, that was Substitute. So again, this one he was talking about. Eventual said the Platinum Secrets, the QCSRs as well. Same for Super Nimble Mega Hamster. The Platinum Secret is cheap as well. Just pick your choosing. What Vengeful wants to say, and he's going to tell you guys in just a bit, pick up these versions now. Now, a couple of weeks in, a month later, people are moving on to info. Battles of Legend just came out. You want to pick these cards up early. You don't want to come back one day and see these at double digits and pay a premium when you saw these prices that Vengeful is going to talk about right now.
Yeah, no, the Raikou especially, and you were saying the Platinum Secret looks great on it because like a lot of, it's just that diagonal look. Like there's certain cards where once that diagonal secret rare actually hits the card, like Darkroom Dragon was a good one. Like Raikou just has that format where it just looks so clean. Yeah, the quarter century secret obviously will always outvalue, but I think a lot of these Platinum Secrets will hold more value than some players are actually looking at. I mean, Platinum Secret in general is just a rarity I think a lot of players need to like look at in general because like they're pretty cheap for certain card copies of them, and Raikou is no different. Like you said, literally less than $2 a piece. Shout out to Ideal 808, always like a great seller, but yeah, they got bulk copies over there. And then even for Super Nimble Mega Hamsters, like you're literally paying less than $2 after shipping for one of your Platinum Secrets. And again, if you get from one seller, save on some shipping, that'd be really great. But you know, that just shows you how harder these cards are to get than some players think. Yeah, we see Raikou has a few more stacks, and that's probably because of the popularity bump. But when you're looking for Hamster or some of these other copies, you're only seeing one. Like you're getting single. So you got to get from multiple sellers just to get those playsets. And as we know, that racks up in the price, and that will be seen in the future because I think a lot of these cards have not been pulled as many times as other players would like to think. You know, we saw Rarity Collection 1, there was so much influx as cards were like went onto the markets that prices did just tank. And then now I think that people kind of like doubled down with this, and they're like, all right, these cards were easier to pull and they're not as good, so the prices are really cheap. But I think as time goes on, Rarity Collection 2 is looking like a really good investment on a lot of cards, and these are no different.
For sure. I mean, it's great when we can get Edison reprints, 7 different rarities, like Vengeful just said. That is just.
Can I throw something
of course.
in?
Hit it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because I noticed this last night, and this one piqued my interest. Can you type in Rescue Rabbit quarter century?
Yeah, I just talked about it. Was $2, bro. I just.
Okay,
and
did
I'm
you
just
see
saying,
what happened to it? Did you see what happened to it?
No. Stop it. Look. This video I made 8 hours ago. Look right here. We can see the screen. 8 hours ago. I
literally it's like $3.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I talked about. It. Look, Rescue Rabbit.
Oh, they're fours.
Right
fours,
there. Look at
four,
it.
$4.
Look at it.
Well, let's go into the history. Do the history though.
Look at these crazy. Look at. Shh, that's crazy.
No. That.
My goodness.
That. And that's for every Rescue quarter century secret primary artwork. By the way, that's not just Rabbit. That's Cat. That's like pretty much like they basically have been going through whoever did that 24 dump did that for this one and Cat.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
So we're seeing that these cards, just talking about this and Cat.
Just look at this. I mean, that can only be a great long-term investment. I mean, $4 for a quarter century secret Rescue Rabbit. I mean, that's crazy. And it's still a great card. It just obviously doesn't fit the meta. But you never know. A new beast that comes out or some crazy things or, you know what I mean? Normal monsters, this or that.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you just never know. Quarter century secret. These are great, just great cards. But especially these for Edison, you definitely want to keep these in mind. Then we have the Toad. We also have the Toad here, guys. Let's talk about it. Just recently came out, just like Snatch Steel. We got for GOAT. Now we got the Toad here for Edison. And again, these rares, look at that. What who's paying 16s for this one? Jay, but I'm sorry, Vengeful, I want to play the OGs, and I want the first stats because I just get that feeling that I'm way back in the day, and that I'm in 2011, and I'm slapping this frog, on the field, and people getting frogged and left and frogged right, and this is the version that I want to play. And look, 2 pages only, and it's hard to get, and it's 15 listings only. I want to get that feeling, man. Get out of here. No, we don't do that. We do the secret rares. V-shape recover to double digis. Now retrace back down to the mean, to the scene of the crime. This is when you buy. This is when you buy for $7. This will be this will be this price right here eventually. This secret. Easy. And then when it's there, you're gonna be up 2x instead of buying this rare here. That no, don't do that to yourself. I mean, I get it. I'm just playing around. If you really like the OGs, I understand. But come on, rarity bump, max rarity, secret rare substance, and these look clean. The contrast and everything, great. Just quality to this secret rare. Vengeful, give some insight, man. Some words of wisdom here.
Don't buy the rare.
Yes.
Don't buy the rare. That card's gonna tank. There's gonna be another printing of this card eventually too, if it keeps going on the path it is. And honestly, I think that we might even see some frog support come in whenever the water support does get more boosted in this next following year. And I think Toad would just be one of those cards that actually sees an increase in price. Just again, not only is it played in Edison, but if it gets played at all to any degree in the TCG, you better believe that these secrets are going to be well over $10 a piece. So
see, easy double digits down the line, man. We've been here for like an hour and a half. That's insane, bro. Thank you so much for giving us just some of your time, man. Just talking about just older cards. Yeah, we're gonna have you on in the future. We'll talk about the meta, the latest and greatest as always, but sometimes we just got to show that flexibility, that diversity, that we can talk about it all. About older formats, about newer formats, the meta, Time Wizard and stuff like that. So I had a blast talking about, these older formats today, guys. Link in the description down below. Go sub to your boy. No, wait, this needs to be at 1.1K after this video, guys. Man, we need it, man. We need it. Vengeful knows what he's talking about, not just about the meta, the latest and greatest, but even, topics like these from the past, man. Blast from the past. So thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. And make sure you guys subscribe for sure. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, this Edison /GOAT episode. Yeah, we missed Tengu Plant. That's for another day. But Vengeful, any last words before we get out of here?
Huge thank you for you again for having me on. And as always, we always got to give a shout out to Semi Limited Podcast for having us. That's actually where we got introduced. So I always got to give Player X a huge shout out for that. But again, thank you so much for having me on. Definitely check out the YouTube page if you're liking anything you're hearing from here or just want to be keeping up with the metagame. But again, thank you so much, Jay, for having me on. You are the greatest. It's time to feed.
Awesome. Yeah, you heard it from Vengeful, man. It's time to feed that addiction. If you made it this far onto the video, you guys are awesome, man. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to Vengeful. Thanks for coming up on again. is the second time, but not the last. So I look forward to that. And yes, don't forget, we were on his channel as well. Make sure you swing by, subscribe, show some love, check out that video. That video was fire and it's still relevant, you know, today. So make sure you guys check that out. All right, thanks, brother. Again, guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, and for your attention. Stay fresh.